Well, earlier this month, Tom Brady apparently walked into the wrong house in Tampa Bay, believing it was Buccaneers offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich's house. And what appears to be an honest mistake may turn out to be more serious, since players are not allowed to meet with coaches before the start of their offseason program. According to sources, Brady was simply picking up materials from Leftwich, but had no plans of training or meeting with him. So, Shannon, how much of a problem do you have with all of this?
Here we go again, Skip. Somehow, rules violation seems to be broken when Tom Brady's involved. You notice that, Skip Baylor? Jenny, now the quarantine order says nobody in the park. Not if you're a 6-time Super Bowl champ. Not if you're married to one of the most famous people in the world. Everybody is under the same rules. Well, that doesn't apply to me, so I'm going to go out here and throw. Now you got to move on. Now, the rule says, Skip, players can't meet with coaches prior to the start of offseason workout. There was a duffel bag. What the hell, you the duffel bag boy? I know you ain't about that like Tom Brady handling duffel bags, are you? Again, Skip Bayless. First and second of all, and one of the most important things, Skip, look, people have a heightened sense right now, Skip. There's a lot of people that are work, they're struggling, trying to make ends meet. And so somebody might have thought, hey, somebody tried to come here and get something for nothing. So it could have ended a lot worse than opposed to someone recognize, man, that's Tom Brady. You never know how people are thinking, Skip. So it's always better to be safe than sorry. Hey, if I'm going to somebody's house, which is every purple moon, I'm going to call, hey, bro, I'm out here. Is this your place right here? Is there such and such in the driveway? To make sure. But Skip Bayless, again, I keep telling you, oh, man, Tom Brady would never do this. Tom Brady would do that. And every turn we see, Tom Brady is looking to break rules, which brings me back to some of the rules that have been violated in New England. Now, Jenny, all of a sudden, we're starting to see how this thing come full circle. I told you, my grandfather used to tell us all the time, Skip Bayless, given a choice to do right and wrong, and there's no one there to hold us accountable for the wrong, more times than not, people would do wrong. And I'm just not talking about the most heinous of crimes. I'm talking about speeding. I'm talking about littering. I'm talking about running stop signs, red light. I'm talking about lying. Skip Bayless, I keep telling you this, and there we have it again. Tom Brady, at every chance he gets, he wants to do what the NFL said is inappropriate, meeting with coaches. Why does Tom Brady get to meet with coaches when no one else can? Why does Tom Brady get to go to a coach's house? Oh, he was just dropping off some material. What material? What material, Skip? Defend your boy. It's your opportunity now. I ain't got nothing else to say. Defend your boy, Skip.
Thank you. You said enough. So you just made the leap from accidentally walking into the wrong house to that proves that he illegally deflated footballs in New England back in 2014. Is that the leap you just made?
The leap I made was him trying to go to Byron Leftwich's house, which is a no-no, which is a rules violation. That was the leap I made. I don't care nothing about he went to the wrong house. He can't follow directions. That's what that means.
Okay. First of all, this was a 1,000,000,000 coincidence that this happened, because the owner of this wrong house has his house up for sale, and a number of people had been coming and going looking at his house. He happened to be sitting in the living room. He wasn't expecting anybody, but the reason the door was open was because it had been open for people to come and go looking at his house for sale. Byron Leftwich obviously had told Tom, hey, let's keep our social distance. So if you want to pick up whatever playbook it was that he was going to pick up, I'll leave it downstairs. I'll leave the door open for you. So just come on in. The door will be open and pick up what you need and go. So to me, the point was that this impossible coincidence happened, that he went to the house next door and the door was open. Obviously, if the door had been locked the way 99% of doors in this country are locked, he would have jiggled the door knob and said, that's weird, the door's locked. I thought he said the door would be open and this wouldn't have happened. Obviously, Tom had some duffel bags. You could guess they were full of footballs, but I don't know that for a fact. The Bucks said that he was there to pick something up from Byron Leftwich and that he wasn't going to actually see him. Well, that's what they said. I'm going with their statement. But the point is, I'm with you on this. The walking into the park by yourself, even if you took Alex Guerrero, your trainer, into the park, it's closed. So you're out of bounds, just the way I thought Dak Prescott was out of bounds in the pictures, the videos of him working out with the other players and with the party that he allegedly threw for more than 10 people in his house. Out of bounds, and he got reprimanded by Jerry and Stephen Jones. And we reprimanded him strongly here on the show. I reprimand Tom for that. But Shannon, you can't tell me that players everywhere aren't having some contact with coaches everywhere at every NFL stop. It's happening because people are getting sick and tired of being stuck at home. So do I think there's some contact? Yes, I do. Coincidentally, he got busted. Right? So, yeah, okay, it doesn't make it right. And I do believe they will get fined for this because it became public, and you just cannot look bad for a league that cares so much about his image, especially during a pandemic. And as we're trying to get people back to the stands as fast as we can, this is the wrong message to be sending, and Brady knows this. But I have to stop you on Deflategate or anything else that happened in New England. Tom Brady fiercely, he fought Deflategate, and he went to Richard Berman's court in Manhattan, and he won that round until it got appealed to the court in Indianapolis, where he got stymied, and then the season started, and he finally just threw up his hands and said, I can't fight. I've run out of time and energy because I got to go play a football season.
Whoa, Skip Bayless. No, it's not a leap. In other words, what I'm saying is that Tom Brady will break the rules if he doesn't think there's no one there to hold him accountable. That's the leap that I'm making. If you run a stop sign, you'll run a traffic light. That's the leap that I'm making, Skip Bayless. See, what you want people to believe is that Tom Brady, and I told you, I've been telling you since we've been on the air, Tom Brady does a better job of hiding certain things. Skip Bayless would have you to believe that Tom Brady was dropping off food for Byron Leftwich. That what was in the bag, Jenny. It was no plate. He wasn't there. Oh, you didn't? Oh, so was he there to pick up a playbook? But everybody is doing that. That does not make it right. Hell, I'm tired of being cooped up. But guess what? They say stay at home, so I can't go to the park and I can't do certain things. On April 3rd, they issued an order. All non-essentials, stay your butt home. Tom Brady in the park saying that's not applicable to me. Just like the football, Skip Bayless, 13 pounds of pressure, I won't mind 11. That's not applicable to me. All I'm saying, Skip Bayless, you're not supposed to have contact with coaches until our season program convenes. It has not convened, and Tom Brady is breaking the rules. At what point in time are you going to say, Tom Brady, stop breaking the rules like you tell everybody else? If Antonio Brown had broke the rules, what would you say, Skip? If Dez Bryant, if your guy T.O. broke the rules, what would you say? All I want you to do is hold Tom Brady to the same standard, to the same accountability that you hold everybody else. Because that's what Shannon Sharp do. I hold everybody to feet to the fire. If you're wrong, I'm going to say you're wrong. I don't skate it. Well, you're MVP or you won 6, you get to do certain things. No, you don't. No, you don't. Skip, if you try to set a precedent, this is the way we do things. We going to do things the right way. How the hell you going to tell me to do things the right way and you started out by doing two things the wrong way? How, Skip?
I'm hearing straight Brady hate spilling out of Shannon Sharp once again. And I remind everybody, my partner Shannon Sharp has predicted for 4 straight years this will be Tom Brady's last year. And now, voila, he's in a new place with a new team that has the 4th best odds to win next year's Super Bowl, even better than New Orleans' odds within its own NFC South division. Very interesting, and I'm glad you brought that up about food to Byron Leftwich. You could be right about that. He might have just been taking a whole bunch of food over to Byron and his family. Maybe they couldn't find a grocery store with anything left on the shelves, and they needed this and that. And Tom said, I'll be a good neighbor. I'll be the good Samaritan. I'll bring you some duffel bags full of whatever you need. So I do like that. I'm glad you brought that up, actually.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought. First of all, so let me get this straight. A guy that just got to Tampa a week ago knows the location better than a guy that's been there for a year. Is that what you want me to believe, Skip Bayless? No, of course not. And me, see, what you what you try to do, Skip, you always try to, well, you said he was going to be done. What does him still playing 4 years after the fact have to do with him breaking rules? The rules, I ain't talking about he broke no rules 3 years ago. I'm talking about right now. 2 in a week.
Okay, I got it. And you are right. He is slightly out of bounds here. But what did I predict that he was going to be? More driven than ever to show Belichick how wrong Belichick has been the last 3 years as he attempted to push Tom Brady out the back door in New England. And he finally succeeded only because Brady said, you know what? I've had enough of you, and I'm going to show you. I'll go to Tampa. I'll take the Succaneers, 7-9 last year, worst franchise in all of sports, and I will show you. So obviously, he's pushing the boundaries of the pandemic rules because he's hell-bent. He wants to go, and start to get in a groove with his new teammates and his new offensive coordinator. He needs to learn the new ropes in Tampa. And yeah, he's probably pushing the boundaries like a lot of people are pushing the boundaries.
No, I don't know a lot of people. I don't know them. And they didn't get reported going to somebody's house when they weren't supposed to be there. I don't know what everybody else is doing.